Everything is energy. It is something that I talked about on my channel already, but I want to repeat again in this video so that you understand the structure of how energy goes down into physical stuff, into physicality, into a physical body, into physical objects, and so on. People usually think, and there is this mainstream idea that thoughts create reality, thoughts create emotions, and emotions create energies. And it is the exact opposite. First, there is energy. Energy is literally everywhere. Our bodies are made of energy. Everything around us is energy. Everything is atoms. Atoms are 90% pure energy. Everything is made up of energy. So first and foremost, you have energy around you. Energy is literally everything that is around. It creates everything. And from this energy, you have emotions. Now, the mind is like an interface, and I have made a video specifically on that the mind acts like an interface between energy and emotions and thoughts. So it is like the interface between the world of energy and what we perceive in a conscious way. So that energy is being filtered through our brains, through our minds, and it is being filtered and transmuted and transformed, translated more like, into emotions and thoughts. So our minds translate this energy, the energy that we receive from the outside, the energy that we absorb, it translates it into thoughts and emotions. Also, our own energy. Our minds interpret our own energy through thoughts and emotions. What is energy? Energy is information. Energy is information about everything there is. So, I have an energy. My energy transmits a certain information about myself. Your energy transmits a certain information about yourself. And the energy around in a room, for example, transmits a certain information about the environment, about the room itself. The energy of a chair transmits the information about that chair, what it's made of, perhaps the person who made it, the emotions that he put into making it, or perhaps any residual energy of that chair, wherever that chair came from, and so on. Everything, literally everything, has energy, and energy is information. So everything is infused with a certain information. So you see, in that way, our brain translates, filters this energy. It translates this energy, this information, into thoughts and emotions. So you see, it first starts from energy, and then from energy you have emotions. Literally, the first way in which our minds interpret energy is through emotions. So emotions, like I said, are energies in motion. They are our own energies. So our own energy that our mind interprets through emotions. And there are also energies from our environment, from other people. So we can have emotions that are our own and emotions that we just absorb from the environment, or emotions that are born by other people's influence on us. For example, if you have a really negative person in a room or at a gathering somewhere, they might influence your emotions that evening, if you are a sensitive person. Some people who are very negative can influence others mentally in a negative way. We know already that people can send evil eye. They can influence other people's energy. And if someone sends you bad energy, or if you absorb bad energy from your environment, your mind is going to translate that energy, that information, into emotions. So you see, you have energy, and then you have emotions. And from emotions, which are literally energies in motion, you have thoughts. Emotions give birth to thoughts. So, for example, if you have emotions that are very negative, emotions that are very low, you might start to develop thoughts of suicide. You might start to develop thoughts of abandoning something or a job or someone, or you might start to develop certain thoughts, very specific thoughts. So from a general kind of emotion that you're having, from a general feeling that you're having, that feeling is going to develop thoughts. So you see, the natural process of information being processed by our minds and by us as a consciousness system is in this way: energy, emotions, and thoughts. So we have energy, emotions, and thoughts. Not the other way around. It's not thoughts, emotions, and energy. We always start from energy. Everything, literally everything starts from energy. Energy can affect your body, it can affect your mind, it can affect your state of being, it can affect the circumstances in your life, it can affect what you attract in your life. Energy can literally affect everything in your life. So from that energy, which is information, we have emotions and then we have thoughts. So energy gives birth to emotions and emotions give birth to thoughts. This is the natural process in which human consciousness works, in which any kind of living consciousness works. So we start from energy and not from thoughts. Thoughts do not create reality. In truth, what creates reality is energy. Thoughts are a product, like a byproduct of this interface, which is your mind, which is your brain, which interprets this energy. So you see, it is not accurate, when people say that thoughts create reality, that thoughts create emotions, that thoughts create energy, because in truth, they are but a byproduct of energy. So if you want to work with something, work with your energy and work with your emotions. Because if you work with energy, that is a sure way to go to the source, to the actual root of everything. So work with changing energy and work with changing emotions. It is easier for people to change emotions than to change energy. You can, for example, you can raise your vibration and you can't even explain why, but suddenly after you meditate or after you listen to some uplifting music, you feel better, your emotions feel better. So in this way, you can change your state of being, which is really your emotional state. For some people who know how to work with energy, they go directly to changing the energy. Okay, but for many people who don't really know how to change energy or how to work with energy, the best way to change your reality is by working with your emotions. See, many people work with their thoughts because, again, it's this mainstream idea that thoughts create reality, and they try and change consciously their thoughts and their thought process. But there is still something underneath that they cannot explain, that is this feeling that something is wrong, that something isn't changing, that something is still heavy there. And that is the overall emotional state that they have. And that emotional state that they're having is influenced by energy. So you see, ultimately, everything is energy. So I hope this video was enlightening for you. Thank you for watching and for listening.